any ads. We have not seen any Caitlin Clark merchandise, and we for sure as hell have not seen any Caitlin Clark signature shoes.
So right now, I say, wait, one of Caitlin Clark's signature Wilson basketballs have a phrase, "You're going to be amazing because you are amazing," written on a basketball.
Why does Caitlin Clark, one of the biggest stars in basketball right now, have a signature basketball line with Wilson, but still no signature shoe with Nike? Could Nike be underestimating her impact, or is something else holding them back?
Since she has signed this contract, you guys, and her WNBA season has come and gone. And with that, Nike has not done one thing to promote her.
Stay tuned as we unpack the full story behind this surprising oversight and explain why Wilson is absolutely crushing it. Before we move on, I'd like to ask you a small favor. If you appreciate this content, please take a second to like this video and subscribe to the channel. Over 98% of you watch the videos without subscribing. It costs you nothing, but it makes a huge difference to us. So, did you click the subscribe button? Great. Thank you so much. Now, back to the video. Did you know Caitlin Clark just became the second basketball player ever to have a full signature series with Wilson? The only other name on that list? Michael Jordan. That's not just impressive, it's almost unheard of.
Caitlin Clark is the only woman in basketball to ever sign with Wilson basketball, and she's the only athlete since Michael Jordan to do so.
Think about this. Wilson, known for its iconic relationship with basketball, decided that Caitlin Clark, fresh off electrifying performances and transcending collegiate basketball, earned a level of recognition most players can only dream of. They didn't just put her name on a product, they built a collection that feels like a celebration of her game, her personality, and what she stands for. Now, here's where it gets interesting. Everyone talks about Nike as the king of athlete brand partnerships. This is the company that wrote the rulebook on signature shoes, the company that became a cultural force off the back of stars like Jordan and LeBron. So why hasn't Nike given Caitlin Clark her own shoe yet? She's one of the most exciting and marketable players we've ever seen, and her following is huge, with everyone from basketball purists to casual fans paying attention.
I believe that Caitlin Clark, if they would have released a signature shoe for her this season, they would have made a killing.
But while Nike seems hesitant, Wilson leaned in and delivered something incredible, a collection that feels like it understands exactly why Clark is so special. Let's talk about that cinematic commercial that launched her Wilson series. It's not just marketing, it's storytelling. The ad walks you through her journey, showing off the tenacity and style that define her as a player.
Did drop an article. Now, this is the commercial here, too. It's
when you strip away the noise and the bright lights.
Fans went wild for it. This wasn't just a product push. It was Wilson saying, "Here's why Caitlin Clark matters." And when you look at the balls themselves, you can see the thought that went into them. The Aspire ball changes color in sunlight, a nod to pushing limits. The Envision ball has a maze design, symbolizing creativity and strategy. There's even a golf-inspired design with the Oasis ball connecting to her off-court interests. Then there's the Embrace ball capturing actual crowd energy, giving it a soulful connection to the energy of the game.
So right now, I say, wait, one of Caitlin Clark's signature Wilson basketballs have a phrase, "You're going to be amazing because you are amazing," written on a basketball.
Wilson understands Caitlin Clark. Nike, they're still figuring it out. If they can create this with a basketball line, what would a Caitlin Clark shoe look like? Nike has built its empire on signature shoes. Think about Michael Jordan, LeBron James, Kyrie Irving. These shoes aren't just gear, they're part of basketball culture. They've shaped how players express themselves on and off the court. Nike knows how to take a star and turn them into a global brand. So, why are they holding back when it comes to Caitlin Clark, a player drawing record-breaking attention to the sport? The hesitation starts at the top. According to insiders, Nike's decision-making process isn't as straightforward as it might seem.
Any ads, we have not seen any Caitlin Clark merchandise, and we for sure as hell have not seen any Caitlin Clark signature shoes.
There's internal debate and red tape to navigate, and it seems like corporate doubt is getting in the way. Some reports suggest they're concerned about shifting too much focus to Clark and potentially overshadowing their other athletes. It's a balancing act, for sure, but it's also a risky move to slow-roll a player who's already become a household name.
Nike struck absolute gold when they signed Caitlin Clark to an 8-year, $28 million endorsement deal. So why in the world are they ignoring her?
Even commentators like Stephen A. Smith have addressed how Clark's meteoric rise might create tension within women's basketball. He hinted that some WNBA players feel like Clark's spotlight is taking attention away from them. If that influence is affecting Nike's decisions, it could create the perception that they're avoiding risks instead of amplifying the sport. And the timing doesn't help either. For instance, Clark's Iowa homecoming game drew one of the largest audiences in college basketball history, but Nike didn't back the event. Fans weren't shy about pointing this out, including Clark's boyfriend, who publicly called Nike out for missing the moment. Then there's the issue of other athletes like A'ja Wilson, whose own shoe launch came right as momentum for Clark's signature line would have been at its peak.
Nike wants to prioritize A'ja Wilson, and it fears the optics of giving a rookie a signature shoe before an already established star.
Jordan Rogers, a sports business insider, suggested Nike's strategy might be overly cautious. By trying to micromanage the timing and avoid complicating other launches, they're holding back on a player whose marketability is undeniable.
That Caitlin Clark has created more buzz around the basketball landscape and has actually transformed and revived.
Here's the kicker. By 2025, Clark's influence on the WNBA is projected to hit some staggering numbers, potentially adding $1 billion to its value. Nike's delay isn't just a marketing misstep, it's missing a rare chance to elevate women's basketball in its entirety. With Wilson stepping up, how long before Nike realizes they're falling behind?
Caitlin Clark and her Wilson partnership just kicked off a new campaign today with a new commercial and a whole new line of basketballs, man.
Caitlin Clark's rise is bigger than basketball. She's not just setting records, she's capturing attention and opening doors for women's sports in a way we haven't seen before. Wilson recognized this and created a collection that elevates her story, connecting with fans and showing what's possible when you respect an athlete's legacy.
Has a dozen core members. They met with Caitlin Clark last year, All-Star Game, and got her initial thoughts about the collection.
Nike's hesitation makes them look out of step, especially when Clark's projected billion-dollar impact on the WNBA by 2025 shows just how big the stakes are. If Nike keeps overthinking, they'll miss out, not just on Clark, but on shaping the future of women's basketball at a critical moment.